The goddess Hecate has a message for you, and look at her. She is the torchbearer, and that flame did not want to go out, so she is definitely here guiding you, showing you the way. I'm getting showing you the way to the truth, which is interesting. I wonder if you are a truth seeker archetype and therefore a truth teller archetype. Interestingly, I'm noticing the shadow of my hand and feeling called to close the curtain, which is interesting because it's almost like Hecate is guiding you, truth seeker, truth teller archetype, soul group, into some hidden, esoteric, spiritual wisdom, or it could be, you know, the true history of human beings on this planet, the true history of interdimensional contact, extra terrestrial contact, the truth behind indigenous mythology. Oh, I mean, you are being invited in. If this is piquing your curiosity, your interest, if you're getting the tingles of, you know, curious happiness with this, then stick around, because Hecate is showing you the way to this hidden esoteric wisdom. Interesting kind of conundrum here. Okay, we have the white stag. I mean, now the white stag is like a holy prophecy. If you come across a white stag or a, you know, it's very unusual. And so you would sense the spiritual world contacting you and communicating with you. And we could also see this white stag as a guide. For example, if you were lost in the woods and the white stag appeared, I would trust the white stag. I would trust the guidance and I would follow. So we're getting this energy of the truth. Oh, I've got ash like drawn on me from the Palo Santo. Interesting. So we're getting like writing, we're getting drawing here, energy as well, ink, communication. For sure. We've got Ace of Swords being referenced with this card, with this image. And this is the truth seeker, also seeing the energy of the young Arthur pulling the sword from the stone. Was there a story of the sword? Let me know in the comments if you know. Old sort of British mythology, was Excalibur thrown into a lake or something like that? Either way, you're retrieving some kind of ancient wisdom, some kind of hidden esoteric wisdom. 333 on the timer. Very Empress energy. So this is something that you will then create, you will then communicate with. This is a calling. I mean, if ever I've seen one. This is a calling. You've got the white stag. You've got this retrieval of information, of wisdom. I'm not sure what she has to say. We're going to read her one. All of these cards have messages on the back. I wonder about him. He's the bard. So the bard back in the day, as far as I know, would travel from village to village, city to city, to share the news. And it's also interesting, this, we'll read these as well because they flew out, because the bard would share information here. I mean, if you're still here, this is aligning with your purpose because you're getting those tingles. Your curiosity is piqued because this is activating this purpose-driven life within you. You're a truth seeker. You're a truth teller. You're here to tell the truth. Now, the truth that you have found. Look at you. You've retrieved the truth. This isn't just saying what other people have said. You know, this is like, yeah, retrieval of hidden information. The sword was buried in the lake. So interesting. The guides are here. Hecate is here lighting the way. Now, the bard wouldn't just be like the newspaper and just give the facts, even though the newspaper would also, back in the day, have to have used creativity in order to make their information that they were sharing to be engaging. Yeah, because, you know, people get bored. People get bored easily. So the bard would sing songs and tell stories. And this is this energy of mythology that is coming through. Also that these cards wanted to come through as well. Very, you know, Arthurian, Lady in the Lake, you know, that old pagan mythological or actual history, you know, prior to the Romans coming in and colonizing those British islands. So this is, you know, druids, we've got magic, we've got, is it Morgan Le Fay? We've got, you know, Excalibur, all of those things. This is the kind of energy that we have here. This is like old stories are being brought back into the light and being brought back into the light of truth, because there is a need to decode stories from the past, myths from the past, to bring them into the light of day. And I'm getting into the light of contemporary day. Personally, I think all myths are based on truth. Personally, they're based on fact. However, there is, you know, creative license, or like when we're trying to convey something, like if we've had an incredible spiritual experience and we're trying to convey that to others, you know, who have never experienced anything like that, we need to use our creativity, our words, to try to give this person that we're communicating with like a visual idea of what happened. So this is where we come into this like deep mythological, esoteric wisdom energy here, that you're being called, you're being guided to go into potentially these myths or these old, you know, whatever is piquing your interest, but some sort of ancient knowledge, you know, esoteric knowledge, alchemical knowledge, mythology for sure is here. You know, indigenous stories, songs, this kind of thing is what's coming through, for you to then retrieve the truth and bring it into the contemporary light of day and to share it and to become the bard, to become the person who is the truth teller, who retrieves the truth and then shares the truth. The drowned king? Are we kidding? The drowned king? We'll have to look this up. But this is really like, I'm not like familiar with this story, but I'm getting like energy of like it's in the water. Interesting. I've got the like shivers. We'll read about the drowned king in the the Alchemy guidebook. However, there's something here about this particular story, like the sword being thrown into the lake or the king being drowned, something like this. Hold on. Okay, so I have the AI summary here. I'll just hold it up for a second. But I started reading and I was like, holy smokes, I have to read this with you. The sword in the lake story, most famously associated with King Arthur, describes the magical sword Excalibur being returned to the Lady of the Lake, which I feel like this is this woman because I wasn't sure who she was, after Arthur's final battle. The dying king, the drowned king, Excalibur, 2 different decks here. As the dying king lay mortally wounded, he ordered his knight Sir Bedivere to throw Excalibur into a lake. This is buried knowledge, buried power. This is a magical sword that has been buried, maybe in, you know, ancient libraries, maybe in the depths of you know, historical knowledge, or having been like covered up in a way with other people's words. Interesting. From the water an arm rose to catch the sword and then submerged again, returning the weapon to the Lady of the Lake. Wow. Okay, the symbolic meaning, so says AI summary. This act is seen as the final return of the sword to its mystical owner. This is you, my friend. This is you. You're the hand in the lake, reaching up to retrieve this sword. Often with the implication that Arthur's time on earth was over, the drowned king. Okay. So, I feel like this is like the power of information, and we're already seeing this, you know, over the last, you know, decade or two. It's like the power of words, the power of sharing information. Gosh, I got marked so much from that burning Palo Santo. But the power is now not in the hands of the elite. The power of information, sharing information, seeking truth, telling truth, is no longer at the hands of, you know, and you know, I'm using the this King Arthur story in, you know, what's being channeled, is no longer in the hands of the few. It's no longer in the hands of the elite. It's now in your hands. If you're still here, you're fully aligning with this message of being a truth seeker archetype and a truth teller. You're the hand in the lake. You're the rightful owner of this magical sword of truth and information, this Excalibur. You're being so guided. This is just remarkable. Like, just take a moment to see how beautiful this is. Like, we have the guidance. Hecate guided the way with the flaming torch. The white stag has come to you to guide you and to verify, I'm getting to verify the truth of this information that is coming through for you. We have the bard. Oh, now my finger's tapping on this, getting stuck. Let's read it. You are in alignment with your soul's longings. Make a move now. This is like retrieval of the truth, and also taking up your position of personal power as the truth seeker and truth teller archetype. It's what you are here to do. Those of you that are still here, this is what you've come here to do. The king is drowned. The gatekeeping of information and what is allowed to be shared, what is allowed to be found, what is allowed to be believed, you know, that is, the king has drowned. The king has drowned, and you, my friend, are rising up with this magical sword of power, which is the power of sharing information, finding and sharing information. As light follows darkness, so day follows night. Be patient and wait for the right opportunity to create a new chapter in your life. So interesting how those are contradictory. Make a move now and then wait for the right opportunity. What we're getting here is you're being guided. You're in alignment with your soul's longings. I'm kind of getting this as like the darkness and the light, being patient. you're going into areas of either, you know, it could be anything, but like spiritual study, mythological study, esoteric knowledge, study, definitely getting study here. Like the truth seeker, you know, and not, you don't need to be doing this at a university, because again, the drowned king, this is this energy, like now you don't, you know, have to go to university to acquire knowledge and have it be a part of this drowned king structure. You know, there's people on YouTube who are traveling to ancient sites, who are you know, listening to and hearing about and reading about, you know, ancient myths and all of this sort of thing, like for yourself. Like, you have the power here. You can do it however you like. So this isn't, you know, saying that you have to go to, you know, a university or something like this. I mean, do so if you want to. Learning is fun. I'm a Gemini moon. Learning is fun. It lights my fire. So, you know, this will be unique to you, but there's this bringing something out of the depths, like bringing something into the light, and also with the energy of like patiently taking the road. Like, it's like your quest has begun here. Like, this is the opening. You've seen the sign. You've been guided by Hecate and the white stag to be here. The lady in the lake is watching on. She is offering you this sword. You know, this is the energy. The king drowned, the sword was returned to the lady in the lake, and now she is offering it to you, the truth seeker and the truth teller. And do this in whatever way that pleases you, that interests you. Like, whatever this is, it's hidden wisdom, hidden truths that you are being like called to retrieve and reveal to others. I'm going to leave this message here because it's very clear. It's beautiful. It's powerful. Like, this is cool. This is really cool. Yes, if this message has resonated with you, please like and subscribe and join the tribe.